Okay, good afternoon. So now today we actually have processes of data analysis, which is what we'll be doing today. So I want you to listen to this one because basically this is what we'll be using in business analysis. This is basically what you'll be using in business analysis. This what we want to do today will be like a foundation for business analysis. So the first one is processes of data analysis. So I already explained what data analysis is yesterday, but then you cannot just start doing data analysis. You have to understand that data analysis follow a process, a rigid process. Now, the first process is gathering the data. So you have to get the data, which is you can say gathering the data or you can say get the data, whichever one is correct, right? You have to get the data, which is very, very important. So after you've gotten your data. You can get your data if you are selling something. Obviously, people will come to buy, right? When they buy, then you
Mm.
just note whatever they are buying down. That's the data. So you are gathering the data already. That's the first process. Then the next thing is cleaning the data. So data can actually be dirty, and I think I told you yesterday. I said something
Yes.
about data cleaning yesterday. So we dwell
Mm.
more on that when the time comes. Yeah, data will be getting. So after you are done cleaning data, basically cleaning the data is just like you transforming the data to be suitable for analyzing in Excel or whatever analytics tool that you need. So after cleaning the data, the next thing you need to do is you have to analyze the data, right? Analyze the data. Now, when you analyze the data, that's when you reach a conclusion that, okay, this is what to be done. You will use the data to make a conclusion. Do you understand?
Yes.
So after analysis of data, sometimes they call it data analysis. So you have to do data visualization or data representation. Visualization or representation. So you can do data visualization or representation. Also, after you are done with this,
What
not
does that mean?
everyone you will meet in this life. Not if you are the business analyst in your firm, you won't not you not expect everybody to be technical. Like you not expect everybody to understand the chart. There will be sometimes you will use some
Uh,
complex chart like box graph. Yeah, some people might not understand that. So you have to like put your conclusion or your findings into writing, and that's what we call documentation. Maybe I'll just write project documentation.
the visualization. What does that mean?
Now I will explain it. Just give this a nice look. Now, you said visualization. What does it mean? Now, when you
Mm.
have analyzed the data, you've analyzed the data, you have to put them into graphs like column charts, bar graphs. Now, I have some visualization here, so I can just show you some of them. So let me go to my pictures. Um, find the picture. No, I don't have any. Um, where have I saved it? Uh, I'll get it out to find it. And we should be in the analysis. Sorry, I'm trying hard to get them.
It's fine.
Okay, look at now. This you've seen something like this before.
Dashboard. Is this dash? Is this a
Yeah,
dashboard?
dashboard basically. That's what they call it.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is just visualization. Instead of writing the numbers, I represent it, I visualize it into column charts, but you can see this is a bar chart, this is a
Mm.
column chart here. So I represent it with charts basically, and that's what we call data visualization or dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand that now? Okay, great.
Yes.
So now you understand um we've understood all the processes of data set
Mm.
data analysis. Now today we are moving to something very important. We are call it sorting and filtering. So the next thing we'll be looking at today is find and replace. So you have to look at this because basically these are one of the important things that you'll be looking at. So these are what we'll be doing today, sorting and filtering and find and replace. So there are actually a lot, right? So let's just start from this start. So I would have loved to clean this, but let's start from where we stopped yesterday. So these are the numbers that we used yesterday. But now imagine this is a number, like this is an amount in accounting. We are trying to focus more on business now. So now let's say this is an accounting number. This is like obviously maybe like something trillion or something like that. So you will not want to leave it like this. You have to like put a dollar sign. You guys work with pounds there, so you have to like put the pounds there, put a pound sign in front of it, then add comma, probably maybe like because you guys use like cents or something like that, use 10 cents or sterling. So you have to like put like decimal number there. So how do you format this type of data? That's the first thing we need to do. So when you go to your home tab, so you actually see we have a lot of sections there. And as I told you yesterday, that a lot of things you'll be using as a data analyst is actually on your home tab. So if you cannot find it on your home tab, there is high probability that you'll find it on the data tab. So most of those are the two most used menu tab that you will be using as a data analyst using Excel. Right. So now the first thing you want to do is I want to actually format this particular thing because data analysis is beyond dashboard, right? You have to like make the number readable. Now you can't easily tell if this is billion, if this is trillion, because there is no comma, right? You don't even know the
Yeah.
currency we are talking about. Are we discussing in naira, dollar, or whatever? So you as a data analyst, it is for you to clean it. And the other time I told you that data can be dirty. Now you trying to manipulate data to be readable is one of is it's just you practicing data cleaning basically. So how do we do this without wasting much time? So you just click on our home tab, then click on there is number here. I used this thing yesterday. So under our number section, you can see something like comma. Obviously, I want to add a comma.
Yes.
Now I've added a comma. Now I can see that this thing is not even a trillion. This is million. This is billion. This Ah, sorry, I cannot pronounce it. Let me just remove one number so it's way easier for me. So now let's leave it in trillion. Now this is trillion. Now this is readable. Now I can easily see that this is trillion. So and there's one thing. Now let's say I'm not interested in adding a whole number there. Sorry, in a decimal, some decimal number there, or I'm interested in adding more than two decimal. So how do I do this? So if you actually look at this, there are two buttons there. So if you actually over your mouse on this button, the first thing, don't click on it, just over your mouse on the button. You will see something like decrease decimal. So that means if you are trying to remove the decimal point number, you can just click on this one. Can you see it has decreased to one? So if I press one more time, it is now whole number. But now if I shift to this one, it is saying that increase the decimal. So if I click on this one, you can see the decimal points keep increasing. But in this case, let's try to make it what a whole number. So I can just keep decreasing it here, and it is actually now a whole number. Now another thing is I want to make this thing in dollar. So you can actually see if I click on this dollar sign, a dollar sign is already added. But now let's say we are not working with dollar sign there. We are working with pounds. Can you see it's already giving me a pound sign? That means if you just click on this drop down, you will see it. Now let's say we are not working with the UK data firm. We are working with Naira. So you can just click on more accounting stuff and you can actually just write it here. You can just click on the symbol here. Can you see we have a symbol here? So you can just search for like just search for anyone. I'm trying to search for Naira. What is the name of this country in Nigeria? So it should be somewhere around AL.
Can
There's
just
no.
use anyone.
Yeah, you can just choose anyone. Like let's say you are. I mean, these are where you can find a lot of them. So now let's say Russian money. I don't know what they call it, but then why is it not showing? Okay, let me just choose euro. So you can see the euro sign is already showing. So you can also click on this drop down also. So now let's say you are doing accounting or currency. Can you see? It's already giving you it is dollar. So we have you can just walk around with this number section if you are dealing with money. So now we use this thing subsequently we use it, but now just let us look at it. So that means you can change it to currency, you can make it in an accounting format. It just depends. You can format it in any way. But now let's imagine you are trying to do this thing, you are trying to apply it to a row of 100,000. Obviously you don't want to do that to one number, so you just have to like highlight it. Once you highlight all the number you want to do, all you need to do is what, click on currency. So you can say everything has two decimal number and you want to convert them to one decimal number. So you just need to decrease the decimal and everything it will be in whole number. And basically you formatted it. Everything is now readable now and it looks easier to read. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, that's number one. So now let's move to um data structure today. So I would
That's
just
like
like to
that's
let's
not
say
really like cleaning the data. Like you've cleaned it
yes.
to be in same format.
Yes, but that like the beginning aspect of data cleaning. We have not even started. What I want to do today is data cleaning. So now let's say we have name, we have departments, we have salary. Because I'm trying to make everything look like HR, something just around the business part. Salary, we have what is it? We have always coming up. We have the joint dates. So we have the higher dates. We have the um what is coming up? Yeah, number of experience, years of experience. Now, so now let me just write some numbers here. So name. So let's write this one to be sheet one. Let's say this one is let's say this one is family. So departments. Let's say the guy is in the HR team, HR department. Let's say he is in the engineering team. Let's say this guy is also in engineering team. And this guy is in the class. So salary, let's just add some random numbers there. So higher dates, let's write 1, 25. And we have 1. So years of experience. So let's write 12. Okay. So let's format this. Sometimes you will just log in and the first thing you will see is something like this. So as a data analyst, your work is actually to make the data readable. You actually don't need the dashboard. Dashboard comes last. And as you can see, when we are doing the data processes, dashboard is like the fourth processes. So the first thing is you have to make all of this thing readable. Now to make this readable, let's say you are given a table of something like this, so always a table that look like this. The first thing you want to make it look readable. Now this ID, nobody cares about the ID, right? It's just like ID, just like the identification number. So because this one has bigger ID doesn't mean it's the first person to join. You understand? So ID is just number. So you really don't need anything to do with ID. So the next thing you need to do, the next thing is she to look at them. So I said sheet one. The next thing is name. Look at them. Everything looks like okay. Nothing is wrong with them because they are just. It is just four rows. Now imagine it is 1,000. We may not be able to see it at a glance. So looking at the department, everything looks good. But looking at the salary, there is no comma. It's not readable, and we are working in dollars. So how do you suggest we clean this or we format this?
We'll change it. We'll add the currency to it.
So how do we add the currency to it?
We'll click on that, general at the top. Yes.
I've clicked on it.
Then go to accounting and
Okay.
currency, sorry.
Currency. But it's not changing. Even if
You
I
you
thought
highlight it first. You
exactly
highlight
that was
it.
the first thing I need to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to highlight whatever you want to do. You left that. You have to
So
click on what. So now I want to make it a whole number. So what do I do?
you change the decimal, you increase it. That side, yes.
Increase.
You want to
I'm
change it to
decreasing it. I'm
you
decreasing
decrease it.
whole
Yes.
number. Yeah. So now that's good. Now everything looks readable at least. Now there's something we call table. You can actually put it in a table. To actually put it in a table, you can just press Ctrl T, T for table. So it will actually say something like create table. Are we trying to create a table? Yes, we are trying to create a table. Now there's something here. It is saying that my table has headers. That means there is column header here. Column header is just like the identification of each number of each columns. Now you can see we have for these numbers the column header for this one for this column is ID. The column header for this name is is name. You understand? So we have, but
Yeah.
if I do not have an header, you just check this off. And you see this check it. You can check it off or you can check it. So I want to click on OK. Can you see it looks premium. So you can actually change the style here. Can you see? You can make it readable without doing much. You can just can you see? Mhm. Can you see it looks better now? It looks better to read
Yes.
than the way it was before. Now that's the first thing, but that's not what we are here for.
Can you change it to the blue one? You can see that one better.
Okay, this one.
Yes.
There's no difference. Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so now what we are here for is sorting. So from the word sorting, what do you think? What do you think we are talking about?
Sorting. We'll group like we'll group them into different categories.
You now answer my question. I said when we say sorting, what do you think we are talking about?
Mm, by arranging them.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want. So you have to like arrange or sort data basically. Let me just use that. Sort data in a particular order, either in ascending order or alphabetical order. It actually respects the type of data you are working with. So now let's try with Alimi with these names. So now I want to arrange this in alphabetical order. So there are two ways for you you can sort data. So if you actually look at the home tab, as I told you earlier that most of the things I'll be using as a data analyst in Excel will be on the home tab. So you can actually look at the far left under this editing section. You can see something like sort and filter. Basically, that's what we are doing because you are doing something around sorting and filter. That is actually the first step. So if you actually go to this data tab also, you see something like this sort and filter. This particular section is actually specific for sorting and filter. But in this particular section, it is like for it is not only specific for sorting and filter. Can you see? So whichever one you are using within between this sort and filter under the data tab or the one in home tab, it will actually give you the same thing. Do you understand?
Okay. Okay.
So now let's just start. So now because you can easily just click on any column, any cell there. So in as much you are in that cell, so the curve will be applied to the sorting will be applied to this column. So now let's click on
Mm,
this one. Now let's just look at something. Alimi is earning what 65,000 and he joined 2023 and he has 12 years of experience. So when I click on Alimi, yeah, you can just click on sort and filter. So I want to sort this particular name column in A to Z. So I'm expecting Alimi to be the first. So okay, it wasn't Alimi actually. Ajoke comes before
Mm.
Alimi. So
AG. Yes.
it comes before Alimi. So can you see that there can be human error, but then because we are using machine, we are using Excel, which actually remove that human error. But now look at this. Alimi is now in second row. Does that mean that all the values with Alimi has left or has changed or did not change with Alimi? So now looking at this, Alimi still earns what 65,467, still joins by 2023, still has 12 years. So if I sort it in descending order, that's Z to A. So if I sort it, can you see? Ali means still ends 5467, still joins in 2023 and still has 12 years experience. That is to say that no matter how you sort data, the data will still be constant. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So that's the first thing. So now let's say I want to sort this particular department in alphabetical order. So now let's use the second way. So I can just go to my data tab, right? I can just go to my data tab, click because I want to sort it in alphabetical order. So you can see we have A to Z or Z to A. Which one do you think we click? Which button do you think I will click here? I want to sort it in alphabetical order. Am I clicking A to Z or Z?
A to Z.
Exactly. So once I click on A to Z, I can see I have engineering. That means Alimi is now in second and all the values is still with it. So the same thing with when you click on Z to A, it is still the same. So
Mm.
now when I click on this salary, if I go back to my own tab, if I go to my sorts, so remember when I was under this text data type, it was like sort A to Z. Do you remember?
Mm.
But
Yes.
now, because I'm under numerical data type, what is it saying? It says what smallest to largest. So that
Mm.
means again it's too easy because basically this is just English. We are communicating in English, right?
Yes.
So now, let's say we want to sort smallest to largest. What do we do? We just click on that button. So you can, you can just click on this one, largest to smallest. So the same thing, you can go back to your data. If you want to arrange it in alphabetical order, and when I say alphabetical order, in ascending order, sorry. So what do you think? Which button do you think I would click within the two? Even though this A to Z and Z to A, and I'm trying to sort number in ascending order, which button do you reckon me click?
A to Z.
Exactly. So once I click on A to Z now, can you see it still changes even though it is A to Z? Doesn't really mean it works only for
Mm.
that. I do you understand that?
Yes.
So if I go to my higher date also, if I go back to my sort and filter here, so you can also see that it has changed because this is a date now. It has changed to sort order to newest. Remember, it was saying that when I was in this numerical number, it's saying sort smallest to largest, but now it is oldest to newest. So now what is the oldest? Obviously, 2023 is the oldest. He is the first person to
Mm.
join. So now let's say I'm trying to sort oldest to newest. And if the 2023 is the first, then 2025 is the last. Do you get that?
Mm. Yes. Yes.
So you can do the same thing under your data tab. So now let's say I'm trying to sort from Z to A, that is from 2025 to 2023. I'll just click on that one and I'll have 2025 to 2023. Do you get that also?
Understand. Yes.
So I guess you can easily sort this one. You can easily sort this one. It should not be an accident. So that's
Yes.
introduction to basic sorting. But then it doesn't end there. We have uh we have advanced setting. So uh when you sort, you can there's advanced setting. So just permit me to add more numbers here. So we
Okay.
can go back to are you sure that you understand it so we can move on to the next
Yes.
thing?
Yes.
So alumni, we have Dami, we have Clint, we have Fly. So we have this guy in engineering team also. Yeah, engineering team. We have finance. We have HR team. We have finance team. So let me just add some random numbers. So, just a couple others. So let me just try and find some random numbers. Okay. Uh, Now let's look at advanced setting. Now look at this case. You have to be very attentive here because this is a bit technical. Sadly. So now let's say I'm trying to arrange the name alphabetically, right? But then I want to arrange them according to their departments. You understand? Like I want to say maybe like engineering, like you have one, two, three. We have three engineering guys here. Right? Three
Mm.
people in engineering team here. So I want to look at engineering. So under that engineering, I want the name to be in alphabetical order. Do you get? So in
Okay.
HR, I want to followed by HR. I want it the name to be in alphabetical order. Basically, like I am considering two columns, not like I'm trying to sort it based on name only, not just single column. Do you get?
Wait, you are considering name and department together.
Yeah. So how do we sort data? So when you go back to your data column here, so your data file, so you actually see something that looks like a calendar here. So now that will be the first thing. So saying it cannot be affected because I click outside the cell. So I have to click on this inside the cell. So let's consult. Can you see? It has clicked on everything. So now, what's the first thing I need to do? You can see we have something like sort by. What is the priority? The priority is what's the name. I want to sort them in alphabetical order. So
Order.
I have to click on what's the name. I click on this drop down,
Mm.
then I click on name. Right. So it's saying that which order do you want to send it to? Do you think it is Z to A or A to Z?
A to Z.
Because we are trying to do it in alphabetical order. Right. So but I'm not doing only name only. I'm trying to add what department. So I click on add level here. So I'll now say department A to Z also. So I'll click on OK. So now we have Ajoke Ademi 20. The name is doing, but the department is not okay. So now let's try to go back and let's look at the where the problem is arising from. Perhaps I need to make department D. Yeah. So this one should be. Uh, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. Can you see? So actually, department
Yes.
should be priority. Take care that that was a mistake.
Yes.
So now
Thank
you
you.
can see engineering and alumni ADF is arranged alphabetically, right? All
Mm.
of them are engineering. Can you see? So all the finance right now, I can see Ajoke in ACL. Can you see? We arranged alphabetically. That we are we are arranging them in two different ways. Do you get? So I
Yeah.
can just let me just copy this table. Control C. I just click on this one, Control V. So now look at this. What do you think hash? What do you think it means?
Mm.
I told you yesterday.
Yes, it was displaying norm something yesterday.
But I told you how to solve it.
Um,
Anyway, you just need to expand the problem. I told you, can it be working fine now?
okay.
I told you yesterday.
Hmm.
So you need to expand the column. So now let's say I want to arrange these people according to what they earn. Can you see now in engineering? Can you see this guy earns the most, right? I want to arrange them in descending order. Like I want to see engineering. It should be like engineering. Then I want to see salary in descending order. I want to see who earns the highest, followed by who earns in the same departments. Like I'm trying to plot it according to the departments. You get, but it has to be in
Yes.
salary has to be in descending order. Why the department has to be in ascending order. You get that?
Yes.
So I'll just click on this any part of the table here, then click on this calendar here. So what am I trying to do? What's my priority here? So my priority will still be departments. Yes, my priority will still be this department. It will still be A to Z. Then what do you think it will be named? What do you think it will be now? The second one. I will have to add level, right?
Yes.
So let me delete this level
Salary.
first. Yeah, I have to add level. Then it will now be what salary.
Salary.
So do you think it is smallest to largest?
Yes. From the largest to the smallest.
So you click on OK. So can you see we appreciate what we can you see now? I can easily see that okay, Dami is the highest earning engineering guy we have in our team, followed by what? Followed by Amin, followed by who? Followed by Farouk. Then you can see in the finance team, Liam is earning more than Ajake, more than Clayton. And you can see in the HR team, Shitu is earning higher than Fiam. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Basically, that's how sorting works, advanced sorting works.
Okay.
So I hope you can do something with sorting now. That does not. I hope you learn something new with sorting, even though it's like the
Sure.
basic analysis.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's move to the next one, which is filtering. So we are done with the sorting. We've done the basic level and the advanced level. So the next one is what filtering the data. But then you need to ask me questions. One of the things I need, you have to be in principle that okay, what's the meaning of all these drop down that are here? That should be the question you need to ask. But then I'm happy to tell you that that means filter. So from the word filter, what do you think filter means from that English word?
Removing like some don't know how to
A,
put it.
like a part of the data, right? So
Yes.
now
Yes.
exactly that's what filter means. So you can actually see there's something that looks like a funnel here. So that's a filter sign. You can actually find it on the home tab. So can you see sort and filter? This can you see it looks
Mhm.
like a funnel. So whichever one you are using, it's fine. So now let me just use data tab. So but whichever one you are using is fine. So now I want to click on this filter. Now if I click on as you just because I've made this uh so now these like normal real data, right? These are real data.
Mm.
So you can just click on data, then click on filter. Now look at the column header. Nothing happens in my right. But once I click on this filter, what happens? There's like a something like a drop down here, right? But this one has
Mm.
been up automatically because you have changed it to a table. Yes, you can see the drop down here, and that's what we call filter. Now when you click on that filter, what does it mean? Now let's say uh, I have 20 different teams in my industry, right? I
Mm.
am I am the HR of the industry. Obviously, I'm the one that have to manage all the teams, all the both technical and non-technical teams of the team, right? But in this particular case, I don't want to focus on finance team. I don't want to focus on HR. I only want to focus on the engineering team, right? So I just click on
Mm.
this drop down, have the filter button. So you can see something like select all. No, I'm not trying to see everything. So you have to deselect the one you don't have to see. But now imagine you have like 2,000 teams. So you just have to click on select all. You have to deselect everything and check the one you need to see. Maybe you have like 2,000 teams. Instead of deselecting everything one by one, you have to deselect all and just pick the one you need to see. But in this case, I only want to see engineering team. So I have to click on OK. Can you see the information has been limited to what engineering team?
Engineering.
But then don't think that okay, this thing has been deleted. If you actually look at the whole number, it is what 814. That means it is not deleted, but it is just rolled in. So if I actually expand this particular data row, if I expand it, and you see row 13 is here already. So if
Mm.
I yes, it's just like it's roll it in, not like it's deleting them. Do you get?
Mm.
Do you get?
It's
So
just to
now
like bring out the particular data you need.
yeah, you can bring it back. You can just click on that filter button again. So let's say I want to say engineering and finance. So you can just check both of them, then click on OK. So you can see I can see the information about engineering and finance. Let's say I'm only interested in seeing someone that earns 4,000 again. So I can just select all. I'm only interested in this guy. Who is this particular guy that is earning 654? Probably, let's say I'm running into bankruptcy now. So I'm trying to cut costs. So obviously I would I would retain all this one because
Okay. Yes.
they are not they are not collecting more than enough. Well, I want to see who is this particular guy that's collecting 576 and 654. So I'll just check on this one, click on OK. So I can actually see that both of them are one is in finance, one is in engineering team. So I actually have to assess that okay, what's their role? Are they like a key technical person? So if they are not key technical person, I can just lay them off. Do you get? So
Mm.
once I because they are earning a lot and it is affecting our own progress as a company. Do you get?
Mm.
So those are the things you need to do because those are basically that's what you are doing in analysis. So don't worry, we still use the use case, but these functions are very, very important when we start using them. So
Okay.
now that you understand filter, that's just a basic filter process. Now the next process is that how do we do advanced filter? So now let's clear it before we move to the advanced data. So how do we clear this filter button or whatever? So now if you look at all of this column, we have drop down, but there are two different rows that their drop down looks different. Can you tell me the difference? The different sorry, two different columns that their drop down look different. Can you tell me which ones are the columns?
Okay. Department and salary.
So now when you just click on that department and salary, you can see something like clear filter. Now if you look at if you click on name, can you see anything like clear filter? It's not even you cannot select it. Now because filter has been applied to this department, so I can just clear filter here. So I can also click on this one and clear filter here. And you see that everything will come back here. So
Mm.
I can just shuffle this one. And there we go. Can you see?
Mm.
Quite easy, right?
Yes.
I've finished everything. So now what's the next thing? I want to say okay, the advanced sorting level. Now let's say I want to see who I want to give a promotion to people that are deserving it because some people actually say complain about the low pay of the company. So I want to know who are the people that are earning below $50,000. Now, in this particular case, I'm trying to like see. I'm not trying to see everyone. I'm trying to see only people that are earning below 50,000 naira. That's filter because I'm trying to select a part. I'm trying to select a few people out of a group of people. Right? That's filter. Now that
Mm.
I know, but it is not just something I will need to pay. Like obviously, if I want to do that, I will just like click on this one, but I want to see them. But in this case, I actually want to click on number filter. There's something we call you want to filter based on goal. Right? I want to filter on okay. And if it is, can you see we have number filter? If it is greater than, if it is less than 50,000 naira, can you see? I click on less than. It is now asking me that if it is less than what? I want to say 50,000. That's 50,000. So let's click on okay. So can you see? It's already telling me that Farouk, Fiam, and Shitu, right? They are they need promotion. So I can just click on this one. I can just highlight the three of them. Maybe go to my own tab, color them yellow. I actually see that okay, these people need my attention. So now I can just click on this one, clear filter. So now I can easily see people that need my attention, that need to be promoted, or that need salary increase. Do you get?
Can you come back to this? I don't really understand this one.
Okay, let me go back onto Z. Onto Z. Let me just do it. So, okay, let me do it on this one. So now, looking at this, I want to see, looking at this second table, we are concentrating on this second table here.
Mm.
You see, people that are earning more than less than $50,000. So if you look at this, the average amount being paid is greater than $50,000. But then there are certain people that are earning below $50,000. So they are actually due for salary increase.
Okay.
So now, I want to let's say we are working with 50,000 rows. We may not be able to see all of them at a glance, right? And that's why we need to use rule. Like I'm trying to base it on rule. So I'll just click on my filter button. So instead of just selecting and doing all the manual stuff we did the other time, so I'll just go to the number filter. Can you see? Because this is a number data numerical data type, and that's why it is saying number filter. When we move on, when we move to text data type, you will see what it will be. So now in this case, I'm trying to look at we have the several options. It depends on what you are working with. Now let's say I'm trying to uh let's say I'm trying to look at top five people that are earning in this particular country company. So instead of top 10, I want to look at top five. So let's say top five. So okay, can you see it has changed to the top five? But in this case, I'm
Mm.
not top five. So let's go back to this one. I'm not doing top five. What I want to do is less than what? If it is less than 50,
50.
50, 1, 2, 3, this 50,000. Then click on what? Okay. Can you see it is this three? Now, because these three they need my attention, so I want to just like highlight their name so that I will maybe send them an email that their salary has been approved. So I can just color their names here or with any color of my choice. Let's just color them in something like this. That does not make sense. So let's just color them in yellow. So once I color them in yellow or any color of my choice, let's color them in green, any color of my choice. So I can just remove, I can easily tell that this is where the filter is applied. I can just clear filter from salary and everything is already back to normal. So I can just easily reach out to Farouk, Shitu and Fia that, okay, they need, their salary will be reviewed. Do you understand?
Mm.
Okay, great.
Get.
So now we can basically do a lot of stuff. It just depends on what you are doing. Now let's say I'm clicking on this one. So can you see we have text filter instead of number filter. So now that's departmental. Now let's say I want to look at uh department that has I that contains I. Let us say I. So okay. Hence, it is only engineering and finance. So
Mm.
it depends on what you are working with. Obviously, I cannot use everything as example. If it begins with E, obviously it will return only engineering things. I see.
Mm.
Like you understand, it just depends on what you are working with at that moment. But then this is
Mm.
like a so that's how to use role. Also, you can separate them on with column. Yes, let me get the filter. So now let's say this one I already had color here. So I can just click on this drop down. Can you see we have filter by color? Now can you see? I can only see those that have colored. This. So you
Mm.
can actually do a lot. It just depends on the use case of um of the thing you're actually working with at the moment. Okay, now we move on.
Yes, yes.
So now let's apply it on a real data. So now this is a data. This is actually unemployment data. It's not real. It's not real. But now let's say you are the data analyst here. I want you to assume the business analyst role here. So what will be the first thing? You think how this data looks? Does it look readable? Can you easily read all this data?
No.
So now what will be the first thing that you do?
Sort it in alphabetical order.
Oh, can you see what's the name of this country? This country.
South Africa.
Now I know that South Africa, but I cannot see all the South Africa. So
Yes,
the,
you expand the column.
exactly. So how do I expand the column?
You
So
write.
if
Okay.
I expand this one, I'm not right clicking now. I can expand this one. Once I expand this one, right? I can
Mm.
already see that South Africa. But what about I can see agriculture too. It is agriculture too. It is I don't know, it is overlapped. Looking at this developing too, it's overlapped. There are a lot. Let's say we have like 2 billion rows in Go. So we will keep you keep enlarging them or you keep increasing the width of the columns one by one. No. So there is something, there is intersection between the rows and the column. There's one thing that looks like a small arrow here, right?
Mm.
So once you click on that small arrow, what do you notice? It highlights everything.
Yes.
And you see, once I click on that small arrow, it highlights all the columns. So you just need to go between any column header. Once your cursor has changed to double edge arrow, you have to place it between a border, maybe C and D or E and F, or whichever one, whichever column you want to use. I can place it even between J and K, then double click one, two. Can you see? Everything spreads
Mm.
out. So you can easily read it.
Okay.
Can you see? Which
Mm.
is very important. Now you can easily see, can you see I can see all the upper middle and I can see everything now. Everything has spread out. Now the next thing is you need to make it a table. So how can I make it a table?
You highlight them
That was not what I said.
to make it a table.
Yeah. So I will press Ctrl T, T for table.
Oh, I thought you highlight the ones you want to. Okay, to make
Once,
everything a
once
table.
once you just click any part of the cell, you can just click
Mm.
on Ctrl.
Okay.
So now let me do out this one here. Do you think my table has headers?
No,
So tell me why.
it doesn't have an header, but you can include it.
So why do you think my table does not have an header? What's an header?
Like something like the subheading, maybe if, in terms of the gender. Okay, it has now gender,
Why you say
economic.
no?
So I've seen
So I'm trying to let you defend yourself because the first column, the first row here, actually has
it.
the header, actually has the column header, and you said it doesn't have one.
It does. It does.
So you have to check this one, then click on OK. Can you see now? It is looking professional now, right?
Mhm. Yes.
So now I want to sort this particular country in I want to sort it in alphabetical order. So how do I go about it? This country in alphabetical order.
You sort from A to Z, from in ascending order.
Well, just tell me the step. I understand. Just tell me the step because I actually want you to get it.
Okay. You click on it first.
Okay.
I think you clicked on China now. So you now click on the sort and filter
Where do I get to? Where do I get this other filter?
at the top, insert or data.
Search for data.
Yes.
Okay, I can just click on it. It's right. So can you see everything is organized? Okay. So now I want to see all the males first before the female. So I can just click on, I want to, okay, oh, sorry, I already did that one. Okay, I want to see only information about the male.
Okay. And you click on the arrow
Okay,
down. Yes. So you deselect the ones you don't want, then select only male. Yes.
okay. So can you see, we have male. These
Mm-hmm.
are, look at everything here, and you see all of them are what? So now looking at this unemployment rate. So if I click on this drop down, I can easily see it ranges from 0.3 to, let me just, the employment rate from 0.3 to 1737. 0.3, I'm expecting that to have low employment rate. So I want to see anything greater than 100. No, 17. So I want to see all the
Mm.
countries that have greater than 1,000 unemployment rate. So how do I go about that?
The country that
1,000,
has more than what?
1,000, that have greater than 1,000 unemployment rates.
Yeah, you click on the drop down button.
Okay, okay.
Then you select the one that has 1,000 from
So if I
the from the largest to you click on maybe from the largest to the smallest.
These are the two, 1633 and 1730. Those are the two that has. But then I already told you advanced way of sorting, of filtering. You will just go to number filter, then do greater than what? If it is greater than 1,000, that was what I said. Then click on what? Okay. Can you see? I can easily see them. Can you see?
Oh,
That's why you need to rewatch this particular meeting. Please do.
that's why you use 50 as an example the other time. 50,000.
Exactly. Please rewatch this particular meeting when we are done.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's just go back. Let's just go to what we have. Or let me do this one. Okay, don't worry. We'll come back to it. You have another thing to do. So let's go back. Let's remove all our. Let's clear everything. So now the next thing we are going is find and replace. We are basically done with what sorting and filtering, and I expect you to have learned a lot about sorting
Mm.
already. So now let's do find and replace. So the same thing, it's find and replace. If you actually click on our home tab, you will actually see something like find and select under the editing tab.
Mm.
So, and you can also use the keyboard shortcut, which is Control F. So now, what is the function? Well, from the word find, what do you think we are talking about?
Find.
Basically, yeah, let's say I'm trying to look for something. So in this case, let's say I want to look for Ajoke. Who is Ajoke here? So we have, let's say I want to change this field. I want to change it to Ajoke.
Mhm.
So we have to Ajoke there. So Ajoke in our company now, right?
Mm.
So we have to Ajoke here. So I can just click on, sorry, find and select. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to find. But then once you click on find, you can see we have two different buttons there. One for find, one for replace. But in this case, you have to take it one step after the other because you actually demystify both of them. So now in this case, I'm trying to find. What am I finding? I'm finding who? Ajoke. Now let's say there's one information about Ajoke that I need to. So it is now I can just click on find next. Can you see? The first thing I'm seeing is what Ajoke here. Then if I click on another Ajoke, it is giving me this one. This Ajoke here. So okay, I wish okay it's going. So now let's just click on find Ajoke. Something is happening. Okay, there's another Ajoke here. Okay. So there are three Ajoke on this worksheet. Basically, it's just finding Ajoke on this worksheet. That's basically what it is doing. So now if I say find all, can you see it is telling me that one sheet, all of them are sheet two. and basically this sheet too. Can
Mm.
you see? Can you see? I can easily see that we have three Ajoke if I click on find all. So but if I click on find next, it will actually point me to where I can see all the Ajoke. But then there are no really much about well, we really do not use find, but most of the time we use replace,
Mm.
right? So now let's look at Ajoke. Remember, what was there was FIAM, FIAM, right?
Yes.
So now let's say we made a mistake, and I actually point out that we do not have two Ajoke in our company. We only have one Ajoke. So I noticed that okay, where I was supposed to write FIAM here, the name has changed miraculously to what Ajoke. So how am I supposed to change that? So I'll just click on this one, click on my Ajoke here, or anyone. I can just click on anything here. So then, uh, oh, that will cause problem. Let me use another one. Let me just say, uh, let me say Ali. Yeah, let me say Ali. So now let's say this Allen, we need to change it to Fiam, right? So I'll just click on my displays. What am I trying to do? You can click on find because you can actually see replace there, or you can click on replace immediately. Once you click on replace, it's still the same thing. So you can click on any find or replace, or you can use the shortcut. That's Control F. Can you see it is giving us the find, or you can use Control H for house for
Mm.
replace. Basically, there are different ways for you to get there. So now it is saying that what are you trying to find? No, I'm trying to find where we see alien, sorry. Where we see alien, we should change it to what?
Sure.
Fiam, right?
Mm.
Wherever we see Allen, change to what? Find. So it is saying, are we trying to find? No, I'm not trying to find. I'm trying to what? Replace. Is it replace all? That is, replace all the aliens. Allen, sorry, I this. Or replace all the Allen in this particular worksheet, or replace just one Allen. So in this case, because I actually know that there's just one Allen, so I can place either of the option. So I'll just click on this one, and I can actually see that Allen has miraculously changed towards Fiam.
Mm.
You get. So there's a use case here. I actually want you to apply it on a real data. So looking at this particular each gender, we only have two gender. Maybe not two actually. We have like a couple of gender, but it's either your gender is male, female. So now looking at this drop down, look at this drop
Mm.
down. We have three gender. We have female, agreed, but there is no total. There is no way there will be total
Mm.
as a gender. So it is either it is unknown or it is like bisexual or it's like queer. You
Yes.
understand? So this total obviously it is wrong. So I can say instead of this total, I can easily change it to unknown. It is better it is unknown than a gender being named total.
Mm.
Do you get? So in that, I can just click on this place, then go to my home tab. I can easily just press Control H. Right. So what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find what total. Change it to what?
On.
I can change it to anything. I can change it there. I can change it. Well, in this case, let's just change it to
Mm.
what unknown. Can you see? I want to replace all. So now looking at this, can you see we made 10,519 replacements. So if you click on this one, can you see everything has been changed? And that's the dark learning.
Mm. Yes.
Do you get that? So that's how to apply uh that's how to apply basic uh find and replace. So now let's go back to where we are going. There's actually a problem. There's a problem um with replace if you don't know what you are doing. So now let's say I have uh actually want to copy this thing, all the information here because I don't have access to it. So now this Ajoke Ade, I want to change this to Ajoke Ade. You know, Ajoke is different
Mm.
from Ajoke Ade. Both of them,
Mm.
they are different parts. Now, I want to delete this label. Anyway, just leave that. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, let's just now we have this table here. So I want to change Ajoke. Well, how many Ajoke do we
Mm.
have? Only one Ajoke now. Good. Now pay more so now I want to replace. Obviously, I can click on this one and just click on my place here, or I can just press Control H, which is relatively faster for me. Control H. So now, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to find. What am I finding? I'm finding what's Ajoke, right? What am I replacing it with? Let's say I'm replacing it with Allen,
Mm.
right? So now what do we do? I say replace. Sorry, I say replace all. Like I've done. So now, looking at this, we have Allen and we have Allen Ade.
Mm.
Can you see there is problem? That means Ajoke was there before. Ajoke was also in this particular girl, particular person name. But then this person is another personality different from this Ajoke. So now how do we correct this type of mistake? So now let's do Control H again. So there's something we call option, which is actually the advanced part of replace. So you can see we have another options here. So now these are checked now. So we want to do like match case, match entire cell content. Now in this particular case, let me just change it to let me cancel this one. Let's do Control Z. So these are Jakarta tips. These are Jakarta, these are Jakarta. So now let's do Control Z. Now we've already clicked the option, right? So now I want to say match entire cell content. That is, you can only change the only if the cell content, if all the cell content is
Mm.
what are joking. You get. Now let's click on replace. Can you see? You're not changing this one. That's basically the advanced part. Basically, you're just knowing how to use your function, how to use your option. Tickets. So there are different ways. Assuming you want to change, let's say you are working with multiple sheets in this workbook, and you want to change all the um adjected there into Allen. So instead of clicking a sheet, you just change it to a workbook ticket. So let's say match case. So now let's say we have adjected. Okay. So we have another adjected. Let me just copy this information. So now let's say this particular printing guy is Ajoke. So Ajoke in capital letter. So let's just do Control H. So let's do match entire cell. Match case, that means if it is uppercase, what am I finding? I'm finding lowercase Ajoke because I've said match case. If I replace all, it will only replace Ajoke that is a small letter case. It won't
Mm.
touch this one.
Yes.
You get. So if I remove this one, then I click on replace all, can you see it has touched this one? So if I remove this one and click on match entire cell content, if I replace, can you see it has changed this Ajake Ade also. Just you knowing how to use your option,
Yes.
you get. And basically, everything we have done today, we are done with sorting and filtering. We are done with find and place, which is all we have for today.
Okay.
Do you think you understand everything that we
This
taught in this?
this last part, the part where you join the Harlem and Ade together, like if we are having if two names exist on the same row, I don't really. Can you come again in that aspect?
We use a real case, and that was why I prepared to stuff for us for you. So now, I think I have it here. I have okay, I think it's statistical. So I'm trying to now let's do something. Let's do something crazy, right? So now looking at this country, I just click on this stuff, then I can see all the countries here, basically, because it is already grouping them by each country. So now I want to change all these New Zealand. Can you see New Zealand, capital N, capital Z? I want to replace it. I want to replace New Zealand with Niger, that's Niger, Niger. So how do we go about that? That's the first question.
Okay, you click on the you can type Control H, then uh,
Let me just, this is what we will see actually.
mhm.
So what are we replacing? What are we finding?
You are finding
New,
this thing,
New
New
Zealand.
Zealand,
Now, what are we replacing it with?
Niger.
Right. So let's do we need to click anything an option?
Do you need to do
Maybe like magenta.
no, no, no,
Click anything in
no.
option. So I can do replace
Mm.
all, right? So it is saying we have 724 replacements. So let's go and check if it has been replaced. I can just click on this drop down. So I can see before Nigeria, everything has been changed to what's
Mm.
Nigeria. There is no New Zealand there. That means it's changed as the
Mm.
place, right? And that's good. Now I want to change Niger to New Zealand back. So how do we do that?
Control H.
Control Control H.
Then you put Niger at the top. Find you replace
Okay.
with New Zealand.
I'll replace it to New Zealand. What do I do
Replace
now? What's the
all.
next thing? He said 1,400 replacements. Remember when we changed it to from New Zealand to Nigeria, it was 700 stuff. But now it is 1,400. Now what is going wrong? Something is
You
wrong.
think?
So now let's go and
Okay.
click on the drop down. Hold on. Let's go and click on the drop down. So we have New Zealand, and this one we have New Zealand there. Even this is supposed to be
Mm.
Nigeria, right? So now what
I
is wrong?
think we are not meant to click on replace all.
And now meant to okay, let me do Control Z. Let's go back. So we have let me do Control Z. So that's Nigeria and Nigeria. Okay, I want you to get this thing. So that's why I'm not helping out. So he said instead of this one, we are not meant to
Mm.
press replace or what
Yes.
replace are you? You see, you cannot find a match. Sorry, let's check. This is Nigeria. Okay, Control H. Find the place it's New Zealand place. Okay, you cannot even find the match. So how do we solve this problem?
Match with this thing.
So basically, what's happening is because we not say merge entire cell
Mm.
contents. That's it, all problem. So if I do replace all guys 724. Now, what happened the other time, right? If I look at it now, I have New Zealand and Nigeria, which is visible. Now, what happened the other time? Now, let me explain. What happened the other time? Remember, the first one was what we have New Zealand,
Mm.
New Zealand. Then we have what we have
Mm.
Nigeria. Right? So then I changed this one to what Nigeria. Then we have what Nigeria.
Yes.
See? So now, and I said you should change this one to New Zealand
Mm.
again, right? Now, This Excel already think that whenever you see NIGER, it should be what? New Zealand. Now, can you see that NIGER is also here?
Uh,
So it is not doing that. Uh, it's not doing New Zealand. Remember, but in this New Zealand, there is IA
mm,
after Nigeria. So it is not doing IA. Basically, that's where the problem. So now, instead of doing this thing, what I said was, no, you can only change it to New Zealand. I clicked on match entire cell content. You can only change it to New Zealand if the cell content only is Niger.
mm.
Do you
Yes,
get that?
assuming that Nigeria is not included, it would have placed it
Yeah,
perfectly. I think.
exactly.
Okay.
Now that's where the problem lies.
Okay.
So basically, I'll send you these data sets so that you can practice with it.
Mm,
This particular application. It is actually like can you see 15,750 rows. So I think that number should not be scaring you at this point again.
mm.
So I'll send you these data sets. I'll send you I'll send you the recordings too. Please try to watch it. So because I can actually see the analytics here. I think it has not been updated. I'll keep tab on the analysis.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So no problem at all. Do you have any question? Do you understand all everything that was
Yes.
taught
Yes.
today?
Okay.
And now, do you think IZeta will make it easier to learn?
Do I think what?
This learning is easier than which whatever data analysis program
Yes.
you've passed
Yes. It
through.
is actually easier.
That's it. Okay, so no problem at all. Tomorrow by 12 p.m. That will be 1 p.m. Nigerian time. So no problem. We'll meet tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.